I've built up a following of over 93,000 now on my TikTok. I've got Spotify of over 30 million streams organically, all through the power of content. And now I work currently to this day with 14 artists at the moment, helping them grow their content to get more people streaming their music and being fans of them forever. Now, I literally wanted to put this video together to almost just give you everything that I know. I mean, I've made a few points of like the main things that I want to go over, but I just wanted to have this video out there and yeah, literally just have it out there. So I know I've done it because I've been wanting to do this and basically just share everything that I know as an artist that's managed to get tens of millions of streams on my songs, over 30 million, YouTube videos, music videos with over 1 million 1 million views, TikTok videos with over millions of views, Instagram following over 10k now. So I basically just wanted to go into some things, and there's there's two main things I want to go over. And like, firstly, I want to start with like the mental side, of like genuinely your mindset, and a couple just small things that are really really important, and I wouldn't skip the start of this video. So that's what I want to start with, and then secondly get to more the physical side, filming content, making music, promoting your music, etc. And yeah, this is everything I know as someone that has got the results, that has been helping artists get the same results. You know, I've taken Farron this year from 1,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram to now over 20,000 on his Instagram and touching 10k on his TikTok following, racking in millions of views per month at the moment with Farron. And yeah, also seeing great results with the other artists that I'm working with at the moment as well, which you can check out on square1.uk on Instagram. So I want to jump into the video. Firstly, yeah, I'm gonna start with, I think it needs to be started with, it's mindset. Oh god, I don't want to be tapping the mic and making loads of noise, right? So, firstly is mindset. If you genuinely don't have the almost what I want to call the right mindset, then there is no point choosing this path. Like, you need to genuinely, firstly, believe that you can do this. Like, I have had a few calls recently with some artists in particular, and there was a couple people in particular at the moment, and then I was speaking to them about just their mindset and things like that, and I realized that was the worst thing about them. They basically did not believe that they can do this. And I was like, so, like, why are we actually on a call today? Like, I literally can't help you if you don't believe in yourself first. I'm a big believer I'm a big believer in this because I've seen how my mindset's adapted, and I genuinely think you need to have the right mindset. Like, I don't know any other way to word it better. I'm not a pro at this. You know, a couple or a few years ago, I had a bad mindset, if you want to call it that, a poor mindset. Like, I wasn't consistent. I wasn't consistent myself. I had phases where I wasn't consistent with music. I had phases where I wasn't consistent with content, which we all do. I tried different side hustles that everyone does, and I wasn't consistent because I stopped and I flopped or whatever. And I've been through that. And honestly, the one thing is, you need to believe that you can make it happen. I feel like that would be the first thing that I want to start with. Because if you tell yourself that it can't, or it won't happen, or it's not possible, or it's not realistic, then realistically it won't. Like, that's it. If you're going to tell yourself that, then you're going to live in almost that identity of, I can't do that, so it's not going to happen. It's like, you need to tell yourself you can do that. I tell myself that I can work with artists. I tell myself that I can put together great calls, and I tell myself that I can get great results, and we do. Every person that I'm working with, every single week, when we post up how the week's gone, everyone's sharing in some crazy wins, some crazy views, some crazy numbers. So it is firstly about believing that you can. You're not going to be able to work with someone. You're not going to be able to work with me, even if you can check the description. I'll leave my call link down there. But you can't even work with me. Don't even try working with me if you don't believe that you can. Well, you still can work with me because I'll help you get there. But I'll help you, adapt your mindset and make sure you do believe. But what I'm trying to say is, you genuinely just need to really think about if this is what you want. I think you even know if it's a passion or a hobby. That's one thing. If this is genuinely a passion, it's not just something you do for a bit of fun, then you're gonna put time and effort into it. It's like, the business that I run now, Square One. I've got a big passion for it. Like, I've got a big passion for the purpose of doing, the purpose of taking action, the purpose of getting up and making shit work, purpose of getting up and going for my runs every week. Like, I'm a big believer in just doing, like, less thinking, more doing. That's the whole brand that I'm building at the moment. While I'm here in this massive long YouTube video, I can show you a little snippet of what is coming. The Doers Club. I'm going to leave it there, I'm going to leave it there, I'm going to leave it there. But, where was I? Oh! Yeah, that's what's coming. But that is literally what my brand is built off, the people that are doing, and I feel so passionate about it. This isn't just a hobby, this isn't just to make some extra money, this isn't to make money just from artists. Like, another thing is, like, money is just a commitment. Like, that is just a commitment. Like, honestly, I've worked with so many people for free, and one thing I've realised is, they're just not committed, because there's no risk. There's no, oh God, I've spent that amount of money. It's like, when you do spend money, or when you do spend money working with me even, it's like, that's what makes you committed. So, yeah, I don't know, I feel like I've gone off topic there because that's not relevant, but that's where I wanted to start. Mindset. You need to believe that you can. Secondly, staying consistent. Yes, it's what everyone says, it's what all the basic YouTube videos will tell you, but you have to fucking turn up. That's it. Like, I know this as well because, like, I'm big into my running now. I love running. I go for a run 3 times a week. Because I want to be running a marathon very soon. The plan is for this year, and I know that I can't wake up. I won't be able to just wake up and go and do a marathon. I know it's going to take some practice. I do honestly believe that, like, you do need to practice. You do need to stay consistent. I'm going to come onto that side of, like, practicing with music as well and getting better with writing. At some point, because it's something else that I really believe strongly about. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is you need to practice. You need to do the things. Also, oh, I'm not good at content, or I'm not good at making music. It's like, that all comes over time anyway. Like, if you can write music and this is what you want to do, just start and just go and do it. Like, your first video will probably be shit, but it just comes over time. Like, my content to this day is still not the best. Like, it never will be, but you know what? I don't believe in perfect. Like, what is perfect? It doesn't exist. Have you ever met the perfect friend? Have you ever made the perfect song? Have you ever made that perfect video? No. It comes over time. So stay consistent, because that's the only way you're going to improve. And hopefully that made sense. And I want to go through something thirdly that I speak to the artists that I work with. I've told them all about this. And it's the matter of accepting. Accepting what? It's accepting that you are a content creator. Everyone has this mindset, this thought process of, oh, I don't want to be a content creator. I've got bad news. Because you are. We all are. How do you think you promote your music? By being a content creator. You create the content to market your song, to get people streaming it. What is the point in living in that mindset of, oh, I don't want to be a content creator? Oh, okay, so then I'm not going to post. Then you're less consistent. Then you don't see the streams you want. How do you see the streams that you want? How do you see more views? By turning up, by being consistent, by being a content creator. It's as simple as that. So don't go into the rest of 2026 or 2027 when it does come, if you're watching this at the end of the year, with, oh, but I don't want to be a content creator, but I love making music. Okay, but isn't your dream, isn't your ambition, isn't like your life to be performing around the world? Don't you want to be financially free, I'm assuming? I'm sure you want to retire your parents, whatever it is. How are you going to do that? It's going to be through content, right? You're going to go and submit your songs to a magazine. It's like, yeah, it's content. It is. So they're like probably the most important parts that I've had to accept to, like, get into this point of, like I said, over 30 million streams now on my Spotify. And being able to perform around the UK, in Manchester, in, I think it was Sunderland, a couple different spots, Sheffield, London. I had to accept that this is what I wanted to do. I believed in myself. I knew I could do it. I've made a video on my story in the past, but you can go and check that video out. But I've been through so much hate as well, but it's like that never stopped me, because I always knew what I loved doing, and I knew what I wanted to be doing. So I was never going to let that stop me. And yeah, it's just a matter of being a doer. That's why I'm building my brand, my artists around the power of doing, the power of being doers. You know, the artists that I work with, as soon as we work, it's like we are the doers. Like we took action. You know, there's people that come off of calls with me and go, oh, I need to think about it. They're the thinkers. They're the, you know, not in a rude way, not in a harsh way, but they're the people that I don't want to work with, because I work with the people that want to take action. I don't work with the people that need to think, oh, is this a good idea, or should I post this piece of content, or should I drop that song? No, just do it. Like, that's it. There's nothing else. We could fucking die tomorrow. Sorry to make it so deep, but we could. Tomorrow is not promised. That's why we stay doing, we take action. And yeah, that is the first part of my video done, and now we're going to get into more of like the technical side. But honestly, consistency, having the right mindset, accepting that you're a content creator, probably the three biggest things I'd love you to take away if you're watching this full, I don't know, I'm going to call this masterclass today. Now, let's get into yeah, I don't know, whatever that song is. The physical side, pretty much. Let's jump into content. When it comes to content, everyone has these different beliefs. Sorry, I'm just going to move back a bit because I feel like I keep touching my desk. Everyone has these beliefs that, oh, I need to post hundreds of times a day, I need to do 3 to 5 a day, otherwise I'm not going to make it, and things like that. And then you go and do 3 times a day and 5 times a day, and then you stop after 2 weeks, and then you don't post again because you got so demotivated because the results are shit. Firstly, hang on, because another thought just came to me, which I'm going to talk about after. I'm not going to talk about it now because I wasn't giving too much information. But firstly, start here. Frequency. Post an amount that you can stick with. Because there is no point choosing, oh, okay, I'll post 7 videos every single day for my next song for the next 6 months. Because are you going to be able to stick with that? No, you're probably going to hit a burnout. You're probably going to hit a time where you're like, oh, I'm not sure about what to post today, and then you won't post. And then you get inconsistent, and then you lose the traction, and then you lose the numbers, and then not as many people stream. And then it's like, oh shit, should I just leave it? And then you stop posting, and then boom, you become a thinker, and then you don't do it. So post an amount that you can stick with. That's honestly the best thing I could say, and something that I always done. I just posted what I could stick with. You know, I never posted an insane amount of times. I know a couple of years back when some of my biggest songs were popping off. You know, my biggest one, Very Good, Very Nice, sitting on 11, 12 million streams now on Spotify. Obviously, social media has changed a lot, but at the same time, it's still similar in different ways. Like, yeah, I never used to overload with the posts. And sorry, I just had another thought come to me. So just choose an amount that you can stick with. If that was the note to make, choose an amount you can stick with. If you work 5 days a week and you think, okay, well, on the weekend I can go and get 3 or 4 videos together, and that's a good way to start. Stick with 3 or 4 per week and get them done. Secondly, so as you can see, I was making a couple notes because more and more ideas are coming to me, and I feel like this video is never going to stop. But the second thing I'm going to go over is like, well, it's something that, like, once again, I'm not a pro with this stuff, but the law of detachment. Basically, what this is detaching from the outcome, as far as I know, as far as I've been studying. And yeah, I just want to say, like, pretty much detach from the outcome. As much as it's great, and I encourage all my artists, like, before we even work, we have to have specific goals in place because we need to know where we're heading. But don't get too obsessed with the outcome. If you're getting obsessed with something, get obsessed with the inputs. I was going to say income for some reason. With the inputs. What this means is be obsessed with what you actually need to do to get there. Obviously not too obsessed. Obsessed is the wrong word anyway. But look, don't be so obsessed with the outcome. Just focus on what you need to do to get there. It's like if you know you want to be at 10,000 monthly listeners, okay, great. I know my target. I know why I want to be there. I know exactly blah, 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 blah. That's my target. That's where I'm moving towards in the next few months. What do I need to do to push myself there? Forget 10,000 monthly listeners. Focus on what do I need to do to get there? Okay, cool. Well, I've got to do my frequency. I know I need to post 3 or 4 times a day. I know I need to be posting stories regularly, so once a day. I know I'm going to go to a show to network with people. Whatever the targets are, focus on them things, because the outcome will come. You just have to do the work and do the inputs. And if you don't get the outcome, then you must have done the inputs wrong. Now, good friend Richard, if you're watching this, famous quote that I love, and And yeah, he's always said to me, you're either doing the wrong inputs or you're doing the inputs wrong. You can note that down if you want to note that quote down. And yeah, we'll give credit to Richard, because honestly, that's always stuck with me. You're either being consistent and you're doing it right, or you're being consistent and you're doing it wrong. It's like, if you're being consistent, that's great, but also you're being consistent and posting shit content, because then you need to fix the shit content and post content and make good content, and that's when you're doing the inputs right. So do the inputs, stay consistent, keep improving. And yeah, that was it. I just wanted to say, just detach from the outcome, detach from where you want to be, focus on what you need to do to get there. Third thing, you might have seen me like go to type on my laptop just now, and that's because another note came to mind before I get into my other notes. Trial reels. We're talking about content here. Trial reels, trial reels, trial reels. I would say every single upcoming music artist, singer, rapper, producer, whoever you are, you need to be using trial reels. What this is, and as far as I know, is it pushes your content towards the non-followers. So obviously you reach more people, it ends up on more people's reels page, etc., etc. Now, the way to use trial reels, as far as I'm aware, the way I've seen the greatest results, the way some of my artists are seeing great results, my guy Kesh, who I'm working with, he posted that he's been consistent with trial reels since working together. He's now had one of his biggest videos hit up to 80,000 views, which you can check out on his Instagram. It's Kesh. And yeah, honestly, it does take consistency. It does take time. Obviously, you might find that one that does go and pop off, but it does take, consistency to see consistent results. At the end of the day, nearly dropped the camera. So yeah, trial reels. What I would say is, if you're going to make one note of what I'm saying, is be consistent with it. Also, secondly, is don't just post one trial reel, because yeah, you will see like the 5 views and it will stay stuck. It does take a few different times. Now, what I want to say is, then, the way I use them personally to be reckoning, I've been reckoning 100,000 views per month at the moment on my Instagram, is do about 5 to 6 different trial reels off of one video. Now, with that one video, you want to change something within this video. How I usually do this is I'll have one video, post it 6 times, and change the caption 6 times. So say I'm posting, you guys know my personal brand is about helping upcoming artists, and my music account's different, but say for my personal brand, I might post an edit of how my Saturday looked, just to post some lifestyle content. I'll post that edit, that 10-second edit, and I'll put 6 different captions, say, POV Saturday, POV what entrepreneur looks like, a 20-year-old entrepreneur getting up on a Saturday, what I'm getting up to on a Saturday, all these different captions, and then I can see which one works best. Usually one of them or a couple of them do push very well. And if they don't, maybe you've done a bad caption, or it didn't engage with people the right way. So that's what I would say about trial reels. Yeah, I'd say 6 to 10. I'm not going to say 10 right at this moment, because I have heard they're cutting down and you need to be more careful. So from my personal experience and from what I know and from the results my artists are getting and from the results I'm getting, I would say focus on 5 to 6 trial reels, but that's every time, by the way. And yeah, just to finish off on my point on trial reels, you must be using them. Like, if you're not, or you don't know how, you literally go onto Instagram, you go to post your post, and you click the little trial button and you post it, and it'll be a trial reel, so trials towards the non-followers. If you are not doing that and you're watching this video, go and do that from today, no matter what. I'm sure and I'm hoping trial reels isn't going anywhere on Instagram. For the rest of the foreseeable future, use trial reels and push towards more non-followers, so you can get more reach, you can bring in more exposure, bring in more views, get more people streaming your music over time, and bosh. So trial reels, I'd aim for 5, 6. Change the caption or change how the video looks, maybe change the colour. I usually go for the captions. But yeah. Cool. That will lead me on to my next point then. It was one of my points, but we were talking about captions just now. I know that a lot of the artists that I work with sometimes have struggled with, okay, like, what do I actually put as the caption to get people engaged? Now, firstly, captions are the most important part about your content. I've racked in millions of views on my TikTok account. You can check it out, artistbck, just through the power of some of my captions. And I ran a call recently with my artist, basically running down the formula. Sorry, I can't speak. Breaking down the formula of how I've managed to bring in millions of views through captions and what I'd suggest to them doing as well. Now, I'll basically break down in simple terms of what we went over. Firstly, the first thing that I said to them is basically your caption just always needs to be unique. And by the way, when we're talking about captions, by the way, this is like your text hook. So when the video starts, there's something at the top. It's what people read and they're like, okay, I'm going to watch the rest of this video. It needs to be unique. It needs to be different. It should spark curiosity. So what that means is build intrigue, feel like people are intrigued to go and watch the rest of this video. And it should give people a reason to care. That's the three things you want to focus on. Yeah, if you was to make a note about captions, like from what I've just said, you know, unique, curiosity, and a reason. They're the things. Because honestly, I didn't, like I was saying this to the guys before I before I had done the call about the captions. It was a great call, and I feel like everyone's got a lot more clarity on how we can do captions now. But the one thing I said to them was, look, I'm not going to make up some random formula. I'm not going to go on ChatGPT and tell you guys a load of information that you could have found yourself. I'm going to share the information that's got the results. I'm going to share the information that got millions of views on TikTok, that got people converting over to Spotify, where some of my tracks are sitting on 3 to 10 to 11 million streams on there organically without playlisting. So that's all I needed to break down. What did I do with my captions myself? What have some of the artists that I've worked with best done with their captions? They've made them unique. They've made people curious. They've given people a reason. So they're just the three things you want to think about. Obviously, it's hard to give you specific ideas, but it depends what your video is about. It's like, if you are posting a piece of connection content, maybe it's a behind the scenes of how a studio session looks. Maybe you could talk about, maybe your caption could be like, you know, you want to ask yourself, okay, what makes this, you know, behind the scenes of the studio session so different? Like, genuinely have a think about it, because it is different. You know, no one else has lived your studio session. Yeah, like that's literally it. So I'd say that's that. Like, you just want to ask yourself that. You know, ask yourself what makes people curious to maybe watch a behind the scenes of a studio session. Like, really think of the things that would make people engaged. Like, and also another thing, have a think about what would make you engaged. And that's going to lead me on to another point, because I don't want to forget my train of thought. And I hope I'm not overloading too much. I just want to go through. I mean, this is what this video is, just sharing everything. No, don't make me forget. Don't make me forget. I'm not even going to cut this video. You might have to skip a couple seconds. See, this is how bad my memory is. Like, I can have that. That's why I have to move on to the next point, by the way, because my thought process is crazy. Oh, it's been going so smooth. Yeah, I completely lost that point. No, sorry, if you skip through, you're here. Don't worry, you're back. We're gonna have to. I'll come back to it. I'm sure it'll come back to me. I just had a random thing that I wanted to share, but it will come back to me. But that was trial rules. Trial rules? No, captions. That was captions. So yeah, do your captions. Get people curious. Be different. Stop posting the same things that people post. Just be you. When it comes to promoting, I would say one thing that I've learned from like actually promoting music is just keep going. Like, even if it's been a year, even if it's been 2 years, keep pushing that same song. I was never with any labels. Like, I had like a manager at the time, and I was pushing one of like my biggest songs, and they were constantly telling me to like keep promoting it. Like, it had been a year at that point, and obviously I was younger, I wasn't too sure, and I was just like, I just couldn't be bothered, and I was just like, you know, we sort of, I feel like we did let the momentum go of that song. Like, we could have pushed the streams a lot higher, things like that. But yeah, I guess obviously I must have fell out of love with it. Like, I didn't want to force the content. But at the same time, I would say just keep promoting. Like, don't just give up on it. Don't drop a song and then promote it for a month and then that's it. Like, keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Keep promoting. If you've got a target that you want to hit, it may take a little bit longer. It might not take 3 months. It might take 6 months. But just keep pushing that song is what I'd say. Cool. Another thing. Differentiate your videos. What does this mean? Switch up your videos. Like, sometimes they look fucking repetitive, I'm going to be honest. It's like, genuinely, if you're on this video and you actually made it to this part, I want you to actually have a think and like process this for a second. Do you ever go on social media to look for upcoming music artists? I'm assuming you said no, because I know very well, and a lot of people that I know do not go on social media to look for artists. They go on social media when they're back from work to have a scroll, to watch some food videos, to watch some clothing, whatever your niche is and whatever you enjoy watching. But most people aren't going on there to look for upcoming or emerging music artists. I mean, once again, let me ask you the question: when was the last time you added a brand new upcoming artist to your playlist? Obviously, in my case, it's different. I work with upcoming artists, so I'm constantly on the lookout on Instagram, on TikTok, etc. But obviously, just as someone who's a scroller or a viewer, who actually does. So that's what the point I was getting onto was differentiate your content, switch it up. Like, it gets so boring just watching you promote your song or watching you tell people it's out now. It's like people don't actually care. Like, they've seen that it's out now. Show them more. Give them more reason to care. It's like I always look at it like this. It's like you've got a song that's out now, but give them more reason to care about that song that's out now. How do you do that? By showing more of who you are. And that's literally like my next point. I'm just going to naturally go into it. Is connection content. What is it? Connection content is literally content that gets people connected to you. It builds way more trust. It gets more people streaming your music over the long run. And yeah, and like in terms of like what actually that is, it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. It is as simple as lifestyle. It is as simple as showing your personality. Like that's what connection is. If I could say it in the most simple terms, it's just being you. It's not forcing. It's not setting up the camera and doing some crazy shit and talk, whatever it is. Just be you. Obviously, you can set up the camera and you need to film the content. But I'm just saying you don't need to force it. So I honestly would... I mean, it's the biggest thing that I go over, and well, I don't know how much more I'm going to go on about this in this video, but it's the biggest thing that I work on with the artists that I work with. It's like, we focus on connection. I mean, that's what Square One is. Like, we help upcoming, underrated music artists push their content through the connection side, getting people more intrigued in you. Because if you think about it, if you can get people bought into you as a person, they'll also, but a majority of people will also buy into your music. So you want people to really buy into you and who you are and your values and your beliefs and what you want to share to the world. And people will relate to that. People relate to you because, yeah, there is a certain amount of people that do relate and resonate with you. And that's why it's important to also find your audience. This is another thing on my list, but like finding your audience. Like really understand who you are trying to reach. I feel like firstly, it's something you do discover over time, but secondly, you can get a good idea of it now. I would honestly just think about who are the types of people that would resonate and relate with your music. Like if you're telling deep stories and about your past and things that you've gone through specifically, maybe it's heartbreak, think about what types of people are these. Like, the people that are going through heartbreak, what does day-to-day look like for them? What have they done to heal? What do they do for work? What are their hobbies? What do they do to get over the heartbreak? Like little things like this, you can understand your audience so well and use understanding your audience as content ideas, if that makes sense. So I always say, if you understand your core audience of the people you want to reach, you can then start taking little things about them and putting that into content. It's like if that's what they do to get over heartbreak, like how about you put that into a caption or make a video about that or make a video about how you deal with heartbreak. So the little things like that. So get a good idea of who your audience is and to find out, or like, because I feel like no one ever told me this, to actually understand your audience, to actually go and figure out your audience, just think of who you want to reach. It's nothing to be overcomplicated. Just think of the people that will resonate, that will relate, or that you just want to reach in general. And then the rest you'll find out over time. You'll find out through the data, you find out through the analytics, whatever it is. But give yourself a general understanding of who that audience is. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about before. Just differentiate the content, switch it up. It can get so repetitive hearing that your new song's out now. Just show a bit more, switch it up, maybe show some lifestyle. It's not cringy. Once again, you are a content creator. That's what us being music artists are. To promote ourselves, we create content. And yeah, obviously that connection content is super important. Now I want to talk about another thing. Editing. Everybody overcomplicates it. I have never had an editor. I've always done it myself. I've never used any fancy apps. I've always stuck with CapCut and since always sticking with CapCut, I've racked in millions of views on my TikTok and Instagram, which you can check out, and obviously millions of streams. I've always stuck with CapCut, and also back in the day I was also just slapping captions on like TikTok on Instagram before posting it on the actual app. Sorry. And yeah, I don't have any crazy top tips, because once again, I'm not going to make this video some random tips and some random things that I done to get these results. Like, no, the way I got my results, the way I ended up performing around the UK by posting like good content, was by simply editing, like not doing some crazy edits. Like, I just went with the flow, like done what I thought worked. So I'd say like my point and my like note to you about editing is just keep it simple, which would lead me on to like another point, is just believe in yourself. Like, it's not another point, but I just wanted to say, like, believe in yourself, because I feel like that's something I've genuinely really struggled with, not to get too deep into it, but I've got so lost in like the industry I'm working in now, like, and the business side and the creative side, the content side, and I feel like I just don't believe in myself enough. Like, I feel like I actually do know a lot of things. Maybe there is things that I don't know, but I do know a lot of things, and that just comes down to genuinely believing that I do know how to do this, how to do that, whatever it is. So believe in yourself. You can edit. You know what you're doing. Go on to CapCut, put your lyrics on, do a little color grade, put some saturation up, whatever it is, because you can do it, and things are simple. Yeah. So yeah, editing, keep it simple. Put lyrics on the screen. Make sure your captions are, you know, towards like the top / central. Like, another key thing, and it's just like, maybe you haven't thought about it till now, and good, you're on this video and you're hearing this, so you can make it as another point. It's like, don't put your captions where the bloody caption is. Like, on Instagram, you know how you have the caption, like the actual writing caption down below. It's like, some people are putting captions down there. Like, we can't see that because it's covered by the caption, if that makes sense. And then also, you've got the repost button on TikTok, on Instagram, so people's profiles and pictures are flying everywhere, and we just can't see your captions. So put it nice and clear, put lyrics in the middle. Try not to cover your face. If your face is in the middle, maybe put your lyrics just below your head. If you've got a text hook, as I was talking about before, put it like towards the top, but not too much at the top. Put it down there. And just also think about when you're scrolling. Like, I know when I go onto TikTok or something, like if I scroll into a video and there's a caption like right there in the middle of my screen, it's like my eyes are just instantly drawn to it. If it's like down below, I like won't see it. Or if it's like too high, I'm like, oh, I'll just scroll. The simple things. Yeah, right, we're 32 minutes in of this full masterclass, but honestly, I've gone over the mental so far, consistency, mindset, accepting that we're a content creator. I've gone into now the physical about content. I think as far as today, they would be my main points, in terms of like the content side. Also, just another point, I feel like, no, I didn't just say this. Another thing with the content as well now. So when you're editing, obviously, like I said, keep it simple. But with your videos as well, just keep them snappy, like engaging. Like, I mean, I posted a video a couple of weeks ago, and it brought in 100,000 views within a week on my TikTok organically, and it was just by really making it snappy. Like, I just focus so much on like the audience and how they're gonna react to this video as I'm making it. Just think of, okay, what keeps them hooked in it the whole time. Like, if I do, I don't know, play a clip for too long, are they gonna scroll off? It's like, this video in particular was just a load of clips. It was almost like a chop up of my music career so far, but I made it engaging, I made it interesting, I put a good caption up, and yeah, with the clips I just made it really choppy. So I would honestly say make your videos engaging, by making them more snappy and quicker. Like, people's attention spans are like, what, 2 seconds now, so you just want to keep people intrigued. But yeah, that was the last point I wanted to go over, because I remembered I forgot that. I think, yeah, we've gone over some really important stuff. Like, just to recap, like, frequency is so important, like detaching from the outcome, doing trial reels if that's something if you're not doing that, make sure you're on that after this video. Yeah, we've gone over captions, how to actually promote, what's this one? Yeah, keep promoting your song even if it's been a year. Differentiate your videos, like, that's what will get you more streams over the long run. Like, differentiate it, don't make it so repetitive. People will buy into you if you show more of who you actually are. Like, yeah, we spoke about connection content, keeping the editing simple, and making snappy videos, quicker, shorter. Yeah, another thing, so I'd say just other thing I want to go into is like stories, Instagram stories. Like, I've made a lot of Instagram stories over time. I've done a lot of promotion on Instagram stories. I've put a lot of links, hundreds of links, I'm sure you have as well, of getting people to stream music and click links and pre-save a song. I'd say the one thing about Instagram stories is people need a reason to stream. Like, no one would ever click my links, because they just wouldn't care. It's like, go and pre-save the new song. It's like, why? Like, it's genuinely like, I'm gonna put this example out there. It's genuinely like me saying, like, I see you in the streets, buy my glasses. £20, buy my glasses. Are you genuinely going to say yes? I mean, maybe you actually like really like this style, or maybe that's not a good example. But you're not, realistically. A randomer just come up to you, buy my glasses, no. But if a randomer comes up to you and says, hey, can I speak to you for a second? What's your name? Okay, how you doing? Okay, cool. Well, I just wanted to talk to you about this really great pair of glasses. I mean, they've been helping my vision at the moment. They've really helped me see more of... I don't know, my examples are shit. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. There's a little bit more reason. Yeah, cool. Give me some more details. How much is it? Okay, blah, 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 £20. Okay, cool. I'll pay. Let me do it. It's like, it's just giving... Like, that's a really stupid example, but it honestly just is giving people more reason to care. It's like, buy my glasses, like, okay, no one's going to do that, but it's like, buy my glasses and blah, 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 and this reason and why it's so good and how it can help you too. It's like, so much more reason to care. So, yeah, like, I feel like that is just like the main thing with stories. It's just like, people need to have a reason to stream. So think about telling people more, like giving them more context. Giving them more context onto why they should care. Think about your lyrics, think about the stories that you're telling, think about what the specific song's about. Like, if you're going to put up a story sequence of blah, 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 go and click the link and pre-save the song, it's like, maybe before you put that link up, how about putting up a story of what this song's about and how deep it really goes. And then the next story is, okay, here's the link and you can listen to the first, you can hear it as soon as it comes out. And it's like, okay, cool, now I know a little bit more about it. Oh, I'm someone that relates with them lyrics, or I'm someone that relates with your story, I'll go and pre-save the song. Way more chance. Like, if you're thinking, oh, I feel like someone still wouldn't, there's still 100% more chance that someone will care and go and pre-save your song. So make sure you are doing it. And the advice is literally just giving more reason why. Give people reason why. Give them a reason to listen. And listen to you and support you. Another thing about stories, share your life. Be you. Like, actually just show who you are and what you get up to. You don't need to fake it. You don't need to do some random shit. Like, just honestly share your life. Like, think about it again. Like, I'm sure a lot of you, if you're, and I'm sure upcoming music artists, I know all of you will be upcoming music artists watching this right now, majority. And we all tend to just mainly post on Instagram when we've got something we're promoting, right? I mean, I remember loads of times when I'd have a new freestyle out, have a new song out, and I just go straight to the story and get everyone to stream it. It's like, share other things as well. It just comes back to my point before, differentiate the content. Differentiate what you're doing. Because honestly, it does make a difference. Once again, it builds more trust as well. It's like almost someone coming onto a page and it's constantly, buy my course, buy my course, buy my course, buy my course. It's like, no one's going to buy the course. But then if you've got the guy that says, like, blah, blah, blah about my course, oh, this is what I'm up to, and this is what my life looks like, and this is what I went through, and this is the wins we just got, and this is the results, and then this is the course. It's like, okay, cool. Way more reason to actually listen to that course. Hopefully that's a decent example, better than last time. So it's like, yeah, the same thing. It's like, you're constantly stream my song. It's almost like, give me your money, or support me. It's like, why? Why should I support you? And then you go and give that reason why. You go and give more context. You go and tell the story about the song. Maybe you're setting up the phone and you're talking to the camera. Maybe you're putting some captions on the screen and making a story, telling people about the deepest part about this song, or when you made it, or how you felt when you made it. And then it's like, cool, now you can go and give it a pre-save. More reason to care. Last thing about stories. They're like my most important points that I wanted to share about Instagram stories specifically. Almost calling them like story sequences. And then the last thing would be consistent. Like, I don't need to go over it all again about consistency. And I've made a lot of YouTube videos about consistency as well and how important it is. But turn up. It's not going to happen of 1 month of posting stories and then you just give up. This is something that happens over time. Like, once again, if you're watching this YouTube video and you're just someone that hopes that you'll do well in music and you're going to give it a go for a month, like, just forget it. There's no point even watching the rest of this. It's like, you need to be dedicated to this. It goes back to obviously the start, the mental side, but you need to be dedicated to this. Like, if you've got a passion for it, go all in. Don't put 80-90% in. You either put 100% in or you don't at all. And that comes from someone that when he did put 100% in, when he did go through his hardest times at school, and he just kept pushing, he just kept doing, he just kept being a doer, he saw the results that he wanted. And you know what? When I did stop doing, and I had a couple years where I built my business, I've put out Square One, I've started helping artists, and I've gone into a slightly different lane. I noticed it dropped off because I tried to come back to music and I didn't put 100% in because I was also running my business and helping my artists, so it was tough and it was difficult. Now I'm at a point where I am slowly coming back, and I would say I am putting pretty much 100% into music, but at the same time obviously working with artists at the same time, so it's a lot. But yeah, they're like my two focuses. But yeah, the one thing I'd say to you though is to be putting your 100% into what you're doing. Like 100% goes into the artists that I work with now. Obviously I put a lot of energy and time into my music as well, but like 100% is like helping these artists because I know how it feels. I know how it feels when you're posting content, it does shit. I know how it feels when you post a video and you don't get the views that you want and people don't stream the song and you're stuck on under 1,000 streams. I've been there. I've been at that 1,000 streams mark. You can go and check the bloody testimonials on Instagram. Like, I've been at 1,000 streams. And I've also been at 30 million, over 30 million now. So I know how it feels, and that's why I'm so dedicated. I love doing what I do because, you know, I don't just help other artists when I do these calls, and when I help these artists and when I work with new people, it's like I'm actually helping my younger self because I knew how it felt. So yeah, going a bit off topic, but be consistent with your stories. And then, wow, we've got 41 minutes. Yeah, this is just a pure value video. Hopefully you're taking notes. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but make sure you have. The last thing I go into is like the music side. Making music, firstly I'd say practice makes perfect. Like, I fell out of love with like the writing side, and I stopped writing, and it was probably the worst decision because when I tried to come back to writing music, I found it really hard because I hadn't done it in a while. And when I constantly wrote music, you know, a few years back, and I was like every single week, I was writing banger after banger after banger. Like, I know some of you watching this probably already are consistent with writing music, and you're having them weeks where you write bangers after banger after banger. But yeah, if you're not consistent with writing music, then make sure you write every week. Like, I have tasks that you almost call them tasks on my calendar that pop up every week. Write music day, write music session. Yeah, so dedicate them days, dedicate them times to writing the music. And yeah, experiment is another thing. Just try new things, like find your sound. Like, I have, you know, I'm not a pro in like someone that's found their sound really easily. Like, it's taken me a while. Like, if I'm genuinely being honest, I'm not sure, you know, how much you personally watching this right now know about my music career, but yeah, it really took me some time to find my sound. But what I realized this year is that my sound really is just storytelling, like deep rap, sharing my pain. I love it, just sharing my story to people, almost like on like them deep emotional type beats. And obviously some of my biggest songs is like Very Good, Very Nice, like an upbeat drill remix. So it's mad, but you know, find your sound. By experimenting, by trying new things. And another point on content, like, it's like trial and error. It's the same thing, like try different things, try and see what's going to work. That's a huge point in terms of formats, in terms of what's going to work for me, in terms of content. Try different things. Like, I know we've finished the content side, but it definitely reminds me to go back. You know, you're never going to find your format if you don't go and try. So find what's going to work. Experiment, be you. Like, that is one of my biggest points as well. I know we've gone back to content, but another thing, and it's something I've had to learn, is just be you, experiment, do what you want to do. Don't copy all them hooks, don't copy all the things that they're telling you is going to make you viral. Forget that. Forget that. You're not, you know, I'm hoping if you're watching this video, you know that you're not just looking for viral overnight success, you're looking to build a long-term sustainable fan base. If you've made it this far into this YouTube video, you should be an artist that's wanting to build a long-term sustainable fan base, because that's what my personal brand is all about. That's what my brand is all about. It's not about helping artists go viral overnight, it's about helping them sustain a long-term fan base. So yeah, I know that was off topic. Try new things. Trial and error is the only way you're going to get your results on your trial reels, on your Instagrams, on your TikToks, on your videos. You have to try. And yeah, like the rest is just network. Honestly, I'd say like this will be my last point. And as I think this is good, we've got to about 45 minutes. That's the main things I wanted to share. But lastly, learn from others, please. Like, if there's something you can take away, is learn from others, listen to others. I feel like I was very, very, very arrogant. I feel like I didn't listen to people. I felt like I knew best all the time. Like, yeah, I was bringing in, millions of views. Like, I was like 15 years old. Some of my biggest points as well. But it's like, I was so young as well. And obviously, like, getting older, I always thought, like, yeah, I'll get into 18, 19. Like, I know it all. Like, I spent most of my time at music college and hardly really listening because I guess it was, yeah, I was quite arrogant. I just thought, yeah, I do know it. And something that I've really realised is learn from others. Like, honestly, I've invested like thousands now into, like, working with different people, different mentors, etc. And it's helped me so much. It's changed my life, changing my current, present, my future. So learn from others, invest your time, invest your money, whatever you're doing, because honestly, there's a lot of things to learn out there. And yeah, you're never going to learn it all, but there's definitely a lot to learn. And that's where I think I'm going to leave it. Wow, 45 minutes. I mean, I knew this was going to be a long video, but that was honestly, like, everything that I could share. And I probably will make a part 2, because there's probably going to be some other things that I missed out. But they would be like my general and my basics of everything that I'd want to share as an artist who's built up over 30 million streams on Spotify, a following of 93,000 on TikTok. And yeah, that's been content, the mental side, the music side. I hope you enjoyed. I will finish the video by saying now, I don't usually finish my videos like this, but after talking all that time, if you did actually like what you heard and you are struggling with music and you're struggling with content and you want to be building that fan base, you want to push out to more people, but you're not seeing that exposure that you want organically, I will leave my call link down below. It will say book a call with me. You see my little link, and yeah, you book a time and book a day in, and we can have a chat. We can see where you're at the moment, see where you're trying to take things, what the goals are, and if I believe I can genuinely help you in terms of what I actually do, I will break it down in terms of how we can get you there, get you to your goals this year and get rolling. So yeah, calling will be down below. I genuinely hope that video was helpful. If it was, drop a comment, and I shall see you soon. Peace. Let's go.